All right, while I am pulling my stuff out of my bag, we'll call the first committee meeting, Public Safety, to order. It is 6:04. All members of the committee are present along with um, staff. I'm out of breath. All right, moving on to public comment. Seeing none in the audience or otherwise, we'll move on to the reading and approval of minutes for March the 2nd. What is committee's pleasure?
Motion to approve as submitted.
Motion in a second. Any changes that need to be made? Hearing none, all those in favor of approving the minutes for March the 2nd, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries unanimously. So while I catch my breath, Chief Miller, you're up front, or up first would be that word. That's not Cindy sitting to my left. It's her birthday week. Friday or something like that. Hey, Chief.
I've never been first, so it's great. Ms. King, Mr. Crayley, Mr. Allgood. We're tracking right along with the budget. As we talked about last month, we're looking at RMS, Records Management System, for next year because Law Tracks has gone out of compliance and they've actually sold out to another company, and we sent out an RFQ. It's one of those words. Anyway, we sent one out. We got a bunch of responses back, and right now we're looking at Civic Eye, and we'll be looking at that more later on. It's all budgeted for next year. It's just an update. That's where we're tracking it. As far as the incident in Knollwood, what we've done is Lieutenant Madden has gone out and spoken with the it's not they don't have an established HOA right now. They got a business running that can send email blasts. So they're sending emails out to all their residents so far that not to be shooting out there, and also if they see somebody to report it. He also spoke to the people that live in the county that's right there by the lake, and they advise that if they see somebody out there, they'll call as well. Since it's county and city, we'll probably be able to get there faster. We also spoke with Greenville Water, and Rewa, okay, and they put up no trespassing signs out there. We've done extra patrol, and we'll continue doing that. And that's all I got. Any questions?
So how close are they to completing that neighborhood? I mean, do you have any idea how many? I mean, is it just visually? Does it look like it's?
You're pretty
Or something
close
like
because it's Parkland Phase 3 over there.
Okay.
So they should be just about done, from my understanding.
Okay.
But yeah, pretty cool.
Okay. And then, yeah, Chief and I talked that once the HOA comes on board, once the neighborhood's complete, then Officer Madden will obviously be closely in touch with them to communicate our concerns and what's happened in the past.
And there is a management firm in place that kind of manages their affairs for the builder. And so Madden has been communicating with them as well. So, and it could be that the homeowners end up taking it all on themselves, or they can continue contracting with this entity. But we wanted to make sure we were making contact with someone out there who can speak or at least communicate with all the residents to remind them that those aren't just woods back there. There's homes on the other side of those woods. And
be vigilant. If you see something, tell somebody. Okay. We'll let Matt know we appreciate all of his work on that, as everything else. And real quick, could you, I don't mean to put you on the spot, but tell everybody about the fundraiser that Sefcheck has coming up for Special Olympics?
The gala.
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am. It's a gala for the Special Olympics. It's going to be held at
What we all call Grand Holland.
I keep calling it Ryan Nicholas.
Ryan Nicholas. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, that's right. That's
at the Grand Holland Estates. It's to put a light on the Special Olympics, and also to raise money for it. Duke's Mayonnaise donated $20,000 for that event, which took care of the Grand Highland Estates. They're going to have like a parade and Jeeps to the Grand Highland Estates with some of the athletes in the black tie affair. And so,
She's done a fantastic job. They're going to have a silent auction and,
right.
um,
I think that's the first thing I
A
saw.
great
was,
event.
We need your credit card number.
Yeah.
But yes, it's great. She's doing a fantastic. They're all doing a fantastic.
that's next Thursday.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Any questions for Chief? All right.
I'll be back.
Thank you. Okay. And Chief McCone's not here tonight,
I
correct?
have a report for
Okay.
it if you'd like.
Yes, sir.
So two quick things from the chief. Budget looks good. Well, it looks like three things. Except for line item 170, fire equipment repair. We've had some, uh, uh, unplanned maintenance due to some fire truck issues. So that's really what's driving that. He also provided that engine 47, which was involved in a single accident, responding to a motor vehicle accident with possible entrapment on 385 last week, was damaged. 47 was damaged by hitting the guardrail and then coming across all the lanes and then hitting the middle concrete wall. This happened on the southbound side of I-385 just before the bridge, before Mauldin Gateway Bridge during the heavy rain and thunderstorm. Spartan Fire came out Friday to retrieve the mobile data recorder. They will send that to Pierce Manufacturer to collect the data, and we'll be sending it over, then the report sometime later this week. And so we are continuing to investigate that situation, and we'll report as we learn more about that. Chief also was giving a little bit more context to yesterday's fire. So yesterday we received a call of a fire at 102 Cranberry Hill Circle, structure fire in progress. We had engine 45, battalion 45 arrived on scene just a few minutes later, about 2 minutes after the call, actually, which is very, very exciting or very good response time. They had heavy fire and smoke. Greenville City Fire Department, Belmont Fire Department units responded to the scene to assist in operations. Boiling Springs covered other calls on behalf of the city, and other units on scene were cleared. I believe even Simpsonville was able to help cover some of our territory while we were engaged in that fire. 2 units were a total loss. 2 other units of the duplex units were damaged due to radiant heat and fire from the main unit. It took crews about 30 minutes to get the fire under control, but actually it was just in the neighborhood when they were battling that, and got a picture of it. But they were doing a phenomenal job, and thank you to Mauldin Police also for setting up a perimeter to keep folks out of there and detour them around Ashmore Bridge Road. Fire Marshal Hall was contacted to respond to investigate the cause of the fire, which is still under investigation at this time. Thankfully, there were no injuries or fatalities, and although unfortunately 12 or 14 residents there were displaced, but they are being assisted by American Red Cross at this time. That's the update to that. There's some videos and stuff on Facebook, but it was a scary scene for a little bit. But everybody's okay though.
Yeah, when I saw that Mauldin had to be covered by clear, I forget.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Greenville and then Belmont were
Yeah.
units.
Well,
engaged.
helped, but
On
then
the other side, yeah, Boiling Springs.
Boiling Springs, yeah.
Yes, ma'am. And Simpsonville had to they came in to fill. It's kind of an orbital thing as units move this way. Other units kind of fill in, and then they've got a larger area to cover. But
It was impressive that yeah.
it's very, and they do a great job of managing that. And we go out and help. Same.
Yeah,
as
that
well.
mutual aid. Yep.
Mutual aid. Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you for that update. Any questions? All right. We'll move along to Mr. Rado. How are you?
Doing Good evening. I don't have too lengthy of an update, just want to touch upon a few things. We're currently still in the late interviewing stage in the hiring process for the full-time administrative judge, and I'm hoping to bring a candidate before the committee in the very near future. We are still on schedule to make the crossover from Law Track to CMS on June 1st, which would also include the new online payment process through sc.gov, and also the full integration of all our municipal cases onto the Greenville County Public Index site. So that'll all happen at the same time. We've been working with Judicial Branch, and so has Lieutenant Osborne getting them everything they need. So hopefully we'll get that data transfer soon and avoid any delays in our go live date. And just lastly, real quick on our department budget, we are still above our overall remaining percent for the fiscal year. But I did want to touch upon our detention fee line item. I know I've addressed the increase in the adult incarceration numbers recently, but I also want to bring another expenditure charge to the committee's attention that's been mandated to local governments regarding juvenile detention services. So there's been a recent amendment to SE 67.17 regarding capital expenditure charge for DJJ, requiring local governments utilizing juvenile detention services to pay a capital expenditure charge of $125 per day per child, not to exceed 25 days, to cover capital expenditures and investments in the facility statewide that house such juveniles. So this charge is in addition to the per diem charge of $50 that offsets operating expenses. So basically, in 1 month, for example, if we were billed $1,550 to house one juvenile for the month, for the first 25 days of every juvenile house, we are now also assessed that capital expenditure charge of $3,125. So that's $125 at the 25 days maximum, in addition to that $1,550. So we're basically looking at the max housing expense for one juvenile of $4,675. And that's being passed on to all the municipalities. So in regards to that and our combined adult and juvenile fees, we have looked at all the numbers this fiscal year and have adjusted to project for that increase for the next fiscal year. So that's all I have for you this evening. Do you have any questions? No.
All right.
All
Thank you
right.
so much.
Thank you.
Okay, next up, we have our mutual aid agreement with Clemson University.
Yes, ma'am. This is the same contract that we've signed in the past. They just had a change in administration, so they wanted to update it. This is just to approve the Clemson University MOU. The supervision has changed and requested and made by Clemson University to update the contract. Recommendation is, staff recommends that we accept the contract with Clemson University.
All right, what's committee's pleasure? This is something we've done many, many times in the past.
Sure. I can make a motion to approve the contract with Clemson University. Mutual aid agreement, Clemson University.
Thank you, Mr. Crayland. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second, Mr. Allgood. Any clarification or questions? Hearing none, all those in favor of forwarding to full council the Clemson University mutual aid agreement and contract, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries unanimously. Next up, we have the memorandum of understanding for law enforcement services at special events. And I think this is due to us having an increase in special events within the city.
I'll go a little more into detail on this one than the Clemson one. It's basically we're seeking committee and council authorization for the city administrator and the chief of police to enter into a memorandum of understandings with other law enforcement agencies for law enforcement services to support special events within the city of Mauldin. Basically, right now we have so many side jobs, and with the soccer stadium coming on line with functions at the cultural center, city sporting events, Bridgeway, and other overnight subdivision monitoring, and all the churches on Sundays and stuff. We've requested to create this MOU and allow myself and the city administrator to enter into these agreements with other agencies. We've already contacted quite a few, and they'll be willing to do so. We're also on a mutual MOU with Greenville City, so we help them work their side jobs until we work the parades and the runs and the wellness center, stuff like that. So this is basically, we don't have one with other agencies as far as assisting us. So that's what this is.
So this agreement would cover any agency that the city wants to engage with
Yes, ma'am.
moving forward. Okay.
As long as their council and Or as
Approved.
long as they're, yes, as long as they approve it, we're good to go.
Understood. Any questions? Committee's pleasure.
I'd like to make a motion to send to full council for authorization, the memorandum of understanding with other law enforcement agencies, their special events within the city of Mauldin.
Thank you. I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second, any other questions or comments? Hearing none, all of those in favor of forwarding to full council the MOU for law enforcement services at special events in the city of Mauldin, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries unanimously. All right. Thank you, Chief. Back to public comment. No public comment. Committee concerns. All right. What do I have on adjournment?
So moved.
All those in favor of adjournment, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, we stand adjourned at 6:20.
Going ahead and calling finance and policy to order. It's 6:20. Mr. Reynolds is out this evening, so Mr. Kraling and I are going to try and do the lifting this evening. First, public comment. What do I hear on reading and approval of minutes?
Approve as submitted. Motion to approve as submitted.
We have a motion. I'll second. Is there discussion? Hearing none. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. Minutes are approved as submitted. Reports, communications from city officers. Mr. Duncan.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Just a couple things real quick. First of all, folks may have noticed that some sidewalks on Miller Road have been repaired. So DOT is in the process using, I believe, Palmetto is the contractor that they're using, replacing some sidewalks that have been damaged over the years. And they're also going to be repaving Miller Road. We don't have an exact start date yet for the repaving efforts, but just ask that drivers using Miller Road to just be mindful that they may come up into some construction in the near future. So we'll try to get some more information out as we get some solid start dates and when completion nears. So that's exciting. Also wanted to mention, very happy and excited to announce that we are once again a winner of the GFOA Certificate of Achievement for Excellence in Financial Reporting. We learned last week that our annual comprehensive financial report for the fiscal year that ended June 30, 2025, met all the requirements to be awarded the GFOA Certificate of Achievement for Excellence in Financial Reporting. The GFOA established the Certificate of Achievement program back in 1945 to encourage and assist state and local governments to go beyond the minimum requirements of generally accepted accounting principles. I just wanted to say, way to go. We're going to try to have the Triple Crown again this year. So hats off and kudos to our finance team led by Ms. Holly Abercrombie. So, and that's my report for now, sir.
Any questions from Mr. Duncan? All right, Ms. Abercrombie. Go ahead, get comfy.
Right. Good evening, council members. I don't really have anything right now. We are monitoring revenues because we're quickly coming upon year end. I will just say early, I don't think we're gonna have as great a year as we did last year, but we'll wait and see. And I don't have anything out of the ordinary to bring to your attention. Everything's kind of, going along as budgeted. So that's all I have for right now, and I'll be back up later.
Questions for Ms. Abercrombie? Hearing none, Mr. Putnam, you up?
Good evening. Just want to say that we're continuing with recruiting for the city, but the good thing that I can announce with that is that we have no glaring vacancies numbers in any of our departments. and that's really a good thing. We are going to be looking at the vehicle policy to kind of dust that off and maybe look at some things that we are currently doing that we may need to change that, and we hope to bring that to committee in June. We are also looking, with the help of our Assistant City Administrator, to start roundtable discussions in May. And we're going to be talking to employees based on birthday. When it's your birthday that month, you get to come to the round table, and we're going to kind of put a little twist on it. We're going to start off by asking, why are the employees staying? Why are they here? We can build on those policies or those benefits and make sure we keep doing those things well. And let's see. Also, I'd like for you to know that the Municipal Association, the city, won a grant for defensive driving training, so that we're going to be able to have one of our employees, which will be me at first, go through the National Safety Conference or National Safety Council defensive driving course, be certified in that, and then we will recertify or certify other employees in other departments to help with that, to help us bring down some of our accidents that we have time to time.
Questions for Mr. Putnam?
This time, thank you.
All right. Thanks, Mark. We don't have any unfinished business, so that's going to bring us to new business. Ms. Abercrombie. Sounds like a plan.
I'll be quick. The first is the budget amendment ordinance, and basically this is just the compilation of from throughout the year of all items that have been approved by council. We just wait and do them all at one time. And most notably in there are stadium revenues and expenditures. And then the big items were the ones that you approved at the end of the last fiscal year, where we're going to use the fund balance. That's the other major change, but they total over $9 million in changes. And we're just asking for you to approve that.
Questions?
To make a motion for the full council, the 2025, the fiscal year 2025-2026 budget amendment for approval of council.
I'll second. Is there discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. And we're forwarding the budget amendment to full council. That brings us to our second piece, which is the 2027 budget ordinance. Mr. Duncan.
Thank you, sir. So tonight we're presenting a request to forward to full council the 26-27 budget as drafted for consideration and approval to account for expected revenues and expenditures starting July 1, 2026 through June 30, 2027. Council has presented and has discussed the proposed FY27 budget for the city over the last few months through a series of public workshops. During that time, council, along with staff, discussed fiscal objectives and budget prioritizations for the upcoming year. We did also provide in the packet, available also on our website, the draft budget for 2027, which totals $49,952,250. Some of the quick highlights are that we're presenting a balanced budget with no tax increase, only a minor increase in development-related fees, and then also $2.9 million for vehicles and equipment for police, fire, public works department. $534,000 in funding for resurfacing, $250,000 for the continued construction of sidewalks and trails, and then 2% a cost of living increase for staff. Again, there's no millage increase proposed at this time. We are asking that this be forwarded to full council for approval on first reading later this month. We are also planning to have, I believe, I'll double verify this, our public hearing for both of these at first reading, but I'll verify that and send that out. The public hearing will either be this month or next month, but I think we've got it already set up for this month. And so sent to council was not only the ordinance itself, which is kind of our standard looking ordinance, but also the proposed budget, which included the fee schedule as well.
Thank you, Mr. Duncan. Questions from Mr. Duncan? What's the pleasure of the committee?
Make a motion to forward to full council fiscal year 2026-2027 budget consideration and approval.
I'll second. Is there a discussion? Hearing none. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. We forward that to full council. Brings us to our third item, the ordinance establishing a sewer pump station fee for parcels in the Hawk Haven subdivision.
So, yes, sir. So tonight we are asking to forward to full council an ordinance that would establish a pump station fee at Hawk Haven, but also for additional parcels that have been platted at Adams Glen and Riley Trace, and Amera subdivisions, and continue to reestablish the pump station fee for Deer Ridge, Indigo Point, The Retreat, and parts of Pine Forest subdivisions. So the city has a longstanding practice of implementing sewer pump station fees for the parcels utilizing such resource to cover the costs associated with the operations and maintenance. Currently, the city has a pump station fee in place for Adams Glen, parts of Adams Glen, Riley Trace, Amaris, Deer Ridge, Indigo Point, The Retreat, and parts of Pine Forest. The fees for these subdivisions vary in range from $73 a year to $425 a year, depending on the anticipated cost of maintenance. So provided in our staff report is also a breakdown of the recommended fee. We believe that our pump station expenses for the next fiscal year is going to be about $110,000. And so staff is proposing a fee structure that is based upon the number of parcels utilizing that particular pump station with some nominalization amongst the group of pump stations. So for Hawk Haven, their recommended fee, since there isn't currently one that exists, would be $400 per year. Adams Glen would be $75, and representing no change. Riley Trace, $425, which is actually a reduction of $25 from the previous year. Ameris at $250, which is an $18 reduction from the previous year. Indigo Point would remain the same. Pine Forest would remain the same at $75. The Retreat would we'd revise that to $400. That should have said 400 in that column there. I'll fix that. And which is a reduction of 25. And then Deer Ridge would be an increase of $10 to $60 per parcel, and that is in keeping with what we passed last year, which was trying to bring them up because we hadn't charged them in over 20 years, and we were going to bring them up incrementally in line with Indigo Point, Pine Forest, and those pump stations. Staff is making the above recommendation based upon the number of existing parcels to ensure revenue from the pump station fee is sufficient to offset the cost of operating and maintaining the city's collection of pump stations. A public hearing will be published for the ordinance and will include the fee information for all of the subdivisions impacted. We've also provided in the ordinance a full list of all the parcels, and that this is a sufficient amount of revenue to support the pump station expenses as drafted by Mr. Fleeman.
The Riley Trace, I think it should be 100, is that right?
It's going to be
Yes, sir. That was the one I believe I had a typo in that.
Another one. The other one I think you mentioned.
Riley Trace and the Retreat.
Okay, so I'll fix those. I believe. Let me check.
And Hawk Haven is showing on the chart, current fee NA, recommended fee 400 with change NA.
Yeah.
That's a change.
It's a change, but it's not because it's new. So they didn't have one because they didn't exist before. So I was kind of debating whether to add the 400 plus 400 or not, but since I can put it in that.
This will be fixed though for full council.
Well, yes, sir. It'll be fixed for full council, but it's correct in the ordinance. So just my chart was incorrect.
Any additional questions from Mr. Duncan? Pleasure committee.
Make a motion to forward to full council for the approval of the sewer pump station ordinance, establishing sewer pump stations for parcels of Hawk Haven subdivision and additional parcels at Adams Glen, Riley Trace, and Amaris subdivisions, reestablishing pump station fees for Deep Ridge, Indigo Point, The Retreat, and parts of Pine Forest subdivision.
And I will second. Is there discussion? Hearing none. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. Forward that to full council. That brings us to Second public comment. That brings us to committee concerns. Then that leaves us with one final piece of business.
Motion to adjourn.
I'll second. Discussion, hearing none. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. We're adjourned at 6:34. We'll wait on you, Miss King. All right, going to call EPD to order at 6:34. I'm here, and our other two committee members, Mr. Steenback and Ms. King, are both here. First public comment period. What do I hear on reading and approval of minutes?
Motion to approve as
Second.
submitted.
We have a motion and a second. Is there discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Minutes are approved as submitted. Reports, communications from City Officer, Mr. Duncan.
Me again. It's been a while. All right, just a few things for EPD committee tonight. First of all, some new businesses have recently opened in the city, and so just wanted to kind of give them a little shout out and also just to thank them and welcome them to the city. French Florist is a floral shop that opened up over 1140 East Butler Road. Geared Tinting, a window tinting service at 120 Old Mill Road. Milano Nail Spa, which is down off of Fork Shoals next to the new Publix. Petals and Company, another florist company, so lots of floral options now at 104 Miller Road. And Tokyo Spa is now open at 16 West Point Boulevard. So we welcome them to the community, and we're excited that they're here. Also wanted to mention, may have seen this social media post by Bridgeway, but Bridgeway Station is under an parking lot expansion. So they're currently, you may have seen the road work out there with the new traffic circle, the extension of Via Corso. They are actually building some new parking along Holland Road, which will come and connect to a new road, which we internally affectionately call it the Wishbone Road for now, because it kind of starts together and then splits out like a wishbone. That work should be completed before the stadium is ready to go in June. And so with that, they're adding about 400 or so, maybe more parking spots. Hopefully by the end of the month, they'll be ready to go. So we're excited about that. And then also may see some work going on over at Jenkins Street and Jenkins Court area. SEDOT is adding in the lights and the pedestrian equipment to allow for pedestrians to safely cross 276. So we appreciate them doing that. And then Duke Energy has been working to install the last few street lights over on Jenkins and Jenkins Court. So just note to travelers in that area, just be careful, watch out for those linemen and those operators, and that work should be completed here soon. My report.
Questions from Mr. Duncan? Mr. Saxton?
Good evening, committee. Wanted to give you just a couple of updates. First, the cabin has been restored. Public Works did an excellent job in the restoration of the cabin. The tenant should be starting to put their stuff back in today, or they were at least notified that they can. But they did an excellent job. What we thought was going to cost us for restoration actually came in a whole lot less, so we are happy about that. So we should be bringing you all an updated for the lease soon on what that may look like. But as of right now, he'll be going back in from month to month and going in that direction. Starting this Friday, we have Memphis, the last show of the season that will be opening up in on the 26th. That completes our season, but we also have one more spotlight series, which is the stage reading of 1776 that will be happening straight after that. Next week, the Cultural Center manager will be retiring. Ms. Faust will be retiring next week. Her last day with us is the 14th. We are restructuring that job description, and we will be posting that soon to get someone in and start looking for the next candidate for that position. Then lastly, just a little report about Blues and Jazz. We just had that a couple of weeks ago, a great turnout, and we actually had some attendance that has gone up. This year's attendance, we had 1,658. Last year was 1,383. And in 2024 was 1,419. Overall, looking at just some of the zip codes, we can see that it's increased, especially in Mauldin and where people are coming from to be a part of our events. And so Culture Center has been doing a great job in trying to reached out to different folks, and people are responding. So we're excited about what's happening, and Amped Up Fridays will be happening very, very soon. So get your dancing shoes on.
Questions? All right. We don't have any unfinished business, then that brings us to new business, our fireworks ordinance amendment.
So thank you, Mr. Chairman. So based on the feedback last month with regards to potential changes to the firework ordinance, we kind of restructured the changes based on that feedback. And so essentially just kind of moving past the drone aspect of it and really just focusing on making sure that we have an effective and efficient process, given that we're going to see more frequent requests coming in from whether it's Bridgeway, the stadium, or ourselves doing different things. We just look to streamline that ordinance to take care of that approval as an administrative function, from a timing and calendar perspective. So tonight we're just presenting that potential change, if so desired. Proposed change would be to amend section 2142 as presented, which basically just moves this to more of an administrative function underneath the city administrator.
Questions? Ms. King?
Mr. Chair, I was going to make a motion to forward to full council the fireworks ordinance amendment.
Second.
We have motion and a second. Is there a discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. We're going to forward that to full council. That brings us back to public comment. Seeing, hearing none, the committee concerns. One last piece of business.
Move we adjourn.
Motion and a second. Is there discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. We're adjourned at 6:40.